Right, okay, so today I'm going to teach you how using the force in your feet is actually going to help you to move your body better, okay? Most people tend to go straight for the upper body, but we've got to be looking at how the feet move and how the forces moving the feet is going to help you to create the correct movement. So come on, let's go do it. Okay, so very quickly for you, okay, we're going to talk about how using the forces in your feet, and what I mean by force is pressure, okay, how I'm using pressure in the ground, okay. I can feel it in my feet. Your feet are a multi-million enhanced sensor system that you have built in your body. You can feel pressure in your feet. I mean, you see people doing aim points on this business now with that. So your feet have a great deal of sensitivity and they can sense movement. Okay, and how we move pressure in the feet. Okay, we used to call it weight shift. Okay, which was totally wrong because weight shift was all about moving mass. Okay, but it was about moving. What the great players used to feel was pressure, and they used to call it weight shift. Okay, they used to get the wording wrong. So, feeling pressure in my feet is very, very important. And you can actually, if you move that pressure correctly, you can actually move your body correctly as well, and it can create the correct body action. Okay, and it's vital that you train this and practice this and rehearse this. All right. So ideally, what you want to be feeling is feeling your pressure starts off fairly standard and even. I like to keep mine a little bit back because I don't like to be up into my toes. If you're sort of moving up into your toes with your posture, then you're going to be off balance to start with. And one of my old mentors used to say to me, every action has a reaction, and you know, if you're up onto your toes, the general reaction is to rock back and then rock forward again. So you're never going to be in balance. So you've got to create good posture, but we're going to take your posture as good as given. All right, so we're going to say, right, yeah, you've done that, you've nailed that. All right, now one of the things that I like to work on is one of my favorite ones is the pulley drill. Okay, I like to do that one. So it's as if you're holding on to two pulleys and you're pulling the pulleys back and forth like so. Okay, and I can really sense and feel how the pressure's moving in my feet. And in the backswing, if I'm pulling this pulley back, if I do it back this way again, so if I'm pulling this pulley back, so if I had a machine here and I was pulling on something, I would pull that back, my right hip would go backwards. Okay, it doesn't turn, to forget the word turn, right hip goes back, and I can feel pressure building into my right heel. Okay, I can feel it loading into that right heel. At about halfway back into that turn, that pressure is then going to start to move over to my left side. I'm pushing away and I'm moving into my left side. My right hip stays back, okay, and I'm pushing up into my left side. So as I'm going back, I'm moving up into my left side. So I can feel that pressure building up into my left side. I can still feel pressure though and force into the right heel, but I can also feel it now moving up into my left side. This pushes me down, so I'm into transition then. So I'm going to go back, pressure into my right foot. This stops me from swaying. I'll show you on the other side as well. So when we talk about turns, it tends to make people sway a lot, but pushing pressure back this way, I can really feel that building into my right heel. I'm moving up into my left side, so then build the pressure into my left side, and then what I'm going to do there, because it feels like it's into the balls of my feet, not into my toes, but into the balls of my feet, on my left foot, sorry. And then from there, I'm then going to pull the pulley the other way by pushing my left hip back. Okay, left hip back, and I'm pushing force into my left heel. So I'm pushing into the ground and pushing that force this way. Okay, from there, bang. Okay, that would be sort of impact area, and then up there I can then move around. Okay, it's almost as though I can lift my toe up on the backswing on my right foot, and then my toe up on my forward swing on my left foot. All right. Now you can practice that on I've got a shaft at an old golf club here. Okay, but I can put that under my arches of my feet, and it just gives me a feeling. Because I can just rock my feet on this, I can feel which side is the heels and the toes. Okay, if that makes sense. And I can practice the pulley drill, so I can practice moving back. You can see how it lifts my toe off the ground a little bit. From here, I can then move up into my left side, and then I can push that off there as well. And you can see how that's lifted my toe off here. Back and push, okay, and then come up and around. So I can just feel that in my feet. Do something, you don't have to use a golf club, you can use whatever, I don't know, something that's not too thick, but something that you can just feel your feet are going to rock a little bit on it. I mean, I think it's me and my golf, the guys there have got like an inflatable type tube that they sell you. You can stand on that, you can just feel the pressure moving in your feet. You know, if it works for you, then great, do it. So yeah, you just want to feel that. You can do that exercise quite a lot back and through. You can feel that while practicing. All right. Also, another way to do it, if you didn't want to use a golf club, if those of you are interested, look at this old beast, look, old Tommy Armour 2 iron. I used to hit that. Probably couldn't now. But anyway, one thing that you can do to sort of practice this really is, so I've got a stone on my hand. One of the things you can do to practice this is just to sort of swing and feel that pressure moving back and forth. And you can just do small shots, okay, just to feel rocking in the right, coming onto the right heel and then left heel, okay. And if anything, if you want to, try and lift onto the toes, lift up onto the toes a little bit as you do it, just to get a feeling, okay. So just back and through, just to get a feeling of moving the pressure in your feet. But I just really want you to try and feel that pressure moving into the feet correctly, and just doing it nice and slowly, just to build it up, back and through, okay, just to build that pressure up. And you can slowly start to then build it into the swing, okay. But that's really what I want you to be working on. It's just getting a feeling of moving the pressure in your feet, but start nice and slow and just gradually build up pressure. If you can do that, then you're going to move the body a lot better. So doing it from this angle, remember we talked about turn. Most golfers we used to teach how to turn the body, but what they used to create was a little bit too much of a upper movement. Now, if you're a skilled golfer, you'll probably get away with it, but most amateurs, they can't time from this area getting back over to here enough, and you're then playing timings. Ideally, if you're doing the pulley drill, which is one of the drills that I've done before, where you're pulling this way and my right hip goes straight back, you can see how I stay fairly central, okay, and yet I can feel pressure building into my right leg or my right heel, and I'm going to move up into my left side, so I'm going to go back, up into my left side. So as it's going back, I'm then moving into the left leg, into the ball of the foot, and I'm going to then push that pressure off there by pushing my left hip back as well, because that completes the circle. Push that left hip back, and then I can come up and around, okay. Rehearsing your body action is fundamental, really. It's key. If you can do that, then you're really going to really improve your golf quite dramatically by just feeling pressure moving back and forth in your feet. I love it. So back and forth, okay. You're going to really help your swing immensely by just feeling it in the feet rather than focusing on the body. The body will then respond, okay, to what the feet are doing. So go and practice that, and I promise you will get better at it. So there you have it. Using the force in the feet, feeling the pressures really. It's more about pressure in the feet and using the ground pressures. You can feel it in your feet. Remember, your feet are, a very evolutionized sort of piece of kit that can actually feel pressures and movement in the ground, okay, and you can feel that. And if you can use that correctly, you'll move the body correctly, okay. It's almost a guarantee. So focus more on the ground in the lower half than actually really the body turning. It will just react, all right. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any other questions about it, then please remember to subscribe and like my video, and put a comment below if you have any other questions, okay. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Anyway, have a good week, and I'll catch you next week.